My top 10 health and longevity tips. Hello, I'm Thomas Smith, founder and lead healthcare agent of It's That Time. What follows is not intended in any way to be medical advice, and of course, you should always consult with your doctor. That said, being in the healthcare industry, studying health and longevity has kind of become a hobby of mine. I wanted to offer my 10 favorite health tips. All these tips are based upon multiple credible studies, but I won't bore you with study details, which, if you like, you can Google on your own. It goes without saying, get good sleeps, plenty of exercise, and eat a healthier Mediterranean-style diet will contribute greatly to health and longevity. These are some tips that may be less known. Tip 1, eat lots of mushrooms. I always tell people that me and mushrooms have something in common. We're both fun guys. Okay, bad jokes aside, mushrooms are delicious. At least I think so. And all that deliciousness is only 4 calories per mushroom. Mushrooms are a tremendous source of bioactive compounds that have antitoxin and anti-inflammatory benefits. Mushrooms reduce triglycerides in blood, which are major factors in strokes and heart attacks. Mushrooms can also reduce cholesterol levels and blood pressure. 1 to 2 cups of mushrooms a week have been found to significantly reduce various types of cancer, including breast and prostate. Mushrooms, especially lion's mane, help stimulate nerve growth, which improves cognitive function. Reishi mushrooms are sometimes called nature's Xanax because they both reduce stress and improve sleep. Finally, mushrooms are key sources of prebiotics for gut health. Mushrooms can, of course, be eaten cooked or raw if you like, or are available combining a variety of mushroom types in a capsule form. Tip 2, eat wild blueberries. We all know that 1950s classic, I got my thrills on Blueberry Hill. Maybe the reason the hill was so thrilling was because of all those wild blueberries. Blueberries themselves are on just about every list of the top 10 best foods for you. But did you know that wild blueberries have 2 times more antitoxins and 30% less sugar than regular blueberries do? They are antitoxin powerhouses, high in fiber and linked to improved cognitive skills and cardiovascular function, including lowering blood pressure and improving blood vessel function. I am not suggesting you go out wild blueberry picking every weekend, although that does sound like a fun activity. But look for wild blueberries that have been flash frozen to keep nutrients locked in, available at grocery stores or online. Just tell them that Tom sent you. Just kidding, they won't care. Tip 3, get the shingles vaccine. Here's an interesting question that could come up if you're ever on a game show. What percentage of seniors have gotten the shingles vaccine, as is highly recommended for seniors to do? Is it 35%, 48%, 61%, or 73%? If you answered 35%, you are game show ready. The shingles vaccine is without any cost when you have Part D drug coverage. We all know what the shingles vaccine is primarily for, shingles. Around 50% of seniors will get shingles, with the risk increasing as you age. People who have had shingles will all tell you exactly the same thing. Don't get shingles. It's painful and uncomfortable, and at the worst, it can last months or years and can lead to blindness, heart attack, strokes, and facial paralysis. The shingles vaccine reduces the risk of getting shingles by 90%. But here's what you probably don't know. A major new study showed that the shingles vaccine reduces the risk of developing vascular dementia by half in a study of 170,000 people. The shingles vaccine is also associated with significant decreases of risk from cardiac events and death with heart attacks, being lowered by 25%. Tip 4, take creatine. As we age, we lose muscles. This is as inevitable as the hair on our head, and some of us lose that too. When we were young, we wanted lots of muscles because for men anyways, we all wanted to look like, if not Arnold Schwarzenegger, at least like Sylvester Stallone. As seniors, growing older, muscles are even more important because they keep us active and protect us against dangerous falls. Creatine supplements in a variety of forms, including tasty gummies, can be a key aid in combating muscle loss, increasing lean body mass, and adding to endurance. It also aids the brain and is shown to slow down brain aging. Low amounts of creatine are found naturally in red meat and shellfish especially. In order to get 3 to 5 grams daily of creatine as recommended, most people will need to take a creatine supplement. Tip 5, we need protein. And speaking of muscle, just like the main ingredient in bread is flour, the main ingredient in muscles is protein. In our senior years, we actually need more protein than we did when we were younger. There are 2 reasons for this. 1, our bodies become less efficient at converting protein to muscles as we age, and so most of it goes to waste. Second, more than ever, we need as much muscle as we can get because we will be losing muscle rapidly, and the muscle we do retain both protects us against injuries and infections, and having enough muscle strength adds to our vitality and life enjoyment. The recommendations for seniors is around 50 grams a day per 100 pounds you weigh. So for a 150-pound person, it's 75 grams of protein. It's best to spread protein out over 3 meals. So for instance, 75 grams would be 25 grams per meal. In chicken terms, a 6-ounce chicken breast has around 50 grams of protein, an egg 6 grams. So the chicken comes first when it comes to protein. Meat, yogurt, oatmeal, cottage cheese, nuts, and beans are other excellent protein sources. Tip 6, get your fiber. What is fiber? For many of us, it's a mystery. We know it's something that's good for us. We kind of know that bananas have fiber, and after that, the mystery begins. Another name for fiber is roughage. We can all remember our mothers telling us, you have to eat your roughage. Fiber is the portion of food derived from plants that you can't digest and absorb. Your body digests the other parts of food, such as fats, proteins, and carbs, but fiber simply passes through your body intact, taking the journey through your small intestines and colon, and then making its way out into the world. Yes, as number 2. Most people don't know that there are actually 2 types of fiber. Soluble fiber dissolves in water, and insoluble fiber does not. Soluble fiber passes through you, but while it is there, it does good things. It's kind of like the house guest who washes the dishes. Soluble fiber helps lower your levels of blood sugar and your bad cholesterol. Insoluble fiber does not dissolve in water. Because it doesn't dissolve, it becomes the locomotive for your digestive system and forms into the bulk of your stools. As such, it hopefully keeps you from becoming constipated. Most plant-based foods contain both types of fiber. but the ratios are different. Some foods lean heavily towards insoluble fiber content, while others focus their attention more to the soluble side. The bottom line, though, is we need a good deal of both types of fiber for different purposes. So get a variety of fiber sources. When it comes to fiber, the proof is in the pudding, as they say. Harvard Medical School did an analysis of over 250 studies on the benefit of added fiber and concluded that those who ate more fiber in their diet reduced their risk of dying from heart attack, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and colon cancer by 16% to 24% when compared to people who ate less fiber. 250 studies are a lot of pudding proof, ideally banana proof, for the fiber. Fiber also helps to keep your weight down and your appetite suppressed. Senior men should get at least 30 grams of fiber a day, women at least 21 grams. Some of the best ways to accomplish this is with a high fiber breakfast cereal, around 10 grams, an apple or banana 5 grams, and beans and peas are high in fiber as well. Follow the fiber content on labels and mix up your fiber sources to get plenty of both kinds of fiber. Tip 7, flavonoids, especially for seniors. As we get older, our blood vessels do not transport blood as well as they once did. This is especially a problem when you sit a lot, as when we are sitting, we reduce the efficiency of how well our blood vessels do their job. A major study in Britain found that cocoa, which is high in flavonoids, and which the British happen to love, cause the blood vessels to work as well while sitting as they do while standing. So if you're going to have a long sit, a cup of cocoa that is high in flavonoids could be a good idea. Other foods high in flavonoids include nuts, apples, berries, and tea, but not donuts, darn it. Tip 8, vitamin D. It's the sunshine vitamin. What's the best source of vitamin D? The sun. So I certainly would have thought that living in Arizona, the state ranked #1 in sunshine, I wouldn't have a vitamin D deficiency, but I did, and I wasn't alone. A whopping 70% of seniors have a vitamin D deficiency. The problem is, as seniors, our bodies generate only around a quarter of the vitamin D as we did in our 20s. And who needs vitamin D protection the most, given that it is instrumental in bone health by aiding the absorption of calcium, and it helps strengthen muscle strength, boost our immune system, regulates blood sugar, and plays a key role in fighting heart disease? It sure sounds like the answer is seniors. And speaking of heart disease, an exciting game-changing study came out in 2025 by Intermountain Health in Salt Lake City. They found in a large trial that a vitamin D3 supplement reduced the risk of a second heart attack in half for those who had suffered one. And imagine that. That's the kind of results giant pharmaceutical companies tout from a pill they charge $1,000 a month for. And here we can cut our risk in half from something that we get for free from the sun, or at worst, a month's supply of D3 pills cost us a few dollars. The recommended dose of vitamin D for seniors is 800 IU, though some experts recommend up to 4,000 IU per day can have value. A higher dose should be in consultation with your doctor. Higher doses, especially above 4,000 IU, can also be harmful. Tip 9, something to sing about, saffron. Some of us might remember the Donovan song, Mellow Yellow, from 1966 with the opening line, "I'm just mad about saffron and saffron's mad about me." It turns out that there could be something very mellow yellow about the spice saffron, which is delicious in rice and many other foods, and available inexpensively as well as a supplement. 28 different studies have shown that saffron could be as effective when dealing with depression as antidepressants are. And most mellow yellow for us seniors is that saffron seems to also have a positive impact on sexual function and on preserving memory function. Those are a couple of important functions worth preserving, wouldn't you say? Tip 10, foodless evenings. Oh, to be a kid again. I could eat anything, and I did. Milkshakes to my heart's delight. And I never gained an ounce of fat. My mom would say she could use my ribs as a washboard. But now that I am a senior, there's clearly no more clothes getting washed. Weight control is a tough issue for many seniors as our metabolism changes and it becomes difficult to shed unwanted pounds. Fat around the organs is a big issue for heart health and also impacts many other conditions such as diabetes. One of the trends that has become into vogue is intermittent fasting, particularly by not eating for a 16-hour window, limiting eating to from noon to 8 p.m. For many people, this has worked well with weight loss and other health benefits. Of course, other experts advocate that eating breakfast, especially getting our protein in the morning, is important. Either way, a recent major study at Northwestern University has added a new wrinkle. They found major health benefits by not eating the last 3 hours before sleep. So if you go to bed at 10, then no more eating after 7 p.m. The study shows that by doing so, we have meaningful drop in both our blood pressure and heart rate while we sleep, and we also have better daytime sugar control. Not to mention that less time for evening snacking means less calories, controlling weight gain.